What's up, everybody? Kai Carlin, Kelsey Whitted from Gettin Buckets. The NBA draft has just concluded. Now, Kelsey, we saw a lot of surprises. We saw a lot of some guys slide. We saw a few confusing picks. We saw pretty much everything you could ask for in an NBA draft happen tonight. Now, I know you hated what the Philadelphia 76ers did tonight.
Well, the only reason why I do not like what the 76ers did tonight was partially because they couldn't get D'Angelo Russell with the third pick.
They can't control that, though.
Yeah, they cannot control that, but for the Sixers, you cannot draft all bigs. That's my thing. Unless you have plans on you're making moves with those bigs. Like you cannot do just draft at two positions. That's uncalled for.
See, the way I look at it, number 3, Jahlil Okafor, they went best player available. With a team like the Sixers, you don't really know what to do if Joel Embiid's there or not. Okafor, I think, is a pretty good pick at 3. Okafor is good there because then you can play all 3. Bring one of them off the bench. You can kind of go from there. I loved Minnesota taking Karl Towns at 2. The Lakers, in my opinion, had a very, very solid draft. D'Angelo Russell at 2. Then at 27, they got Larry Nance Jr. in second round, grabbing Anthony Brown from Stanford. Very good draft for the Lakers.
I would have to say the Lakers probably had one of the better drafts out of everyone in the league right now. Also, I felt like that Denver did pretty good in their draft. I've also felt like Detroit did a very good job in their draft too. So I have to say probably the Lakers will be number 1 and the winners of the draft this year.
Tonight, there's another team I think you really have to look out for: the Miami Heat. Justice Winslow falling to them at 10, and in second round drafting a Josh Richardson from Tennessee. You get a guy like Justice Winslow at 10, who is an absolute steal at 10. Because when you bring back Dwayne Wade, you can just back up Dwayne Wade and you learn from one of the best players in NBA history. If, God forbid, Wade leaves, you can kind of throw Winslow into the fire because you have guys like Chris Bosh and Luol Deng and Goran Dragic and Pat Riley upstairs, so you're all good. Sacramento drafted Willie Cauley-Stein at 6. Good luck trying to drive against Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings are going to be solid on defense. Inside the lane, there's going to be no way you're going to score inside the lane. There's going to be no way you get offensive rebound with those two monsters with Cauley-Stein and DeMarcus Cousins inside. And offensively, they're going to improve because they're going to be able to have these two bigs that are going to be able to run the floor. This is going to be great for Sacramento for next season.
Absolutely, it's going to be great for Sacramento. You're set at the bigs right there. Houston taking Sam Decker at 18 when they needed a point guard. I wasn't really all about that. Dallas picking Justin Anderson at 21. That's a very good value pick there at 21 for the Dallas Mavericks. At 26, San Antonio picking a Nikola Milutinov from Serbia. That has Spurs written all over it.
Hey, the Spurs are one of those organizations where they will draft their players that they know is going to fit in that system. So you know that there's going to be no bust. There's going to be no bad pick from the Spurs. Every single pick that they have recently has been great picks.
Absolutely. Now, my final thing I want to get to tonight, the New York Knicks drafting Kristaps Porzingis at 4. I personally love the pick. I've been high on Porzingis the entire time. Now, the Knicks need a lot of help. The Knicks pretty much need everything. So the Knicks need a big guy. Porzingis can not only be a big, he can step out hit a 3, take you off the dribble, and also is motivated because he wants to prove that Europeans can play in this league. That's the big thing if you're drafting Porzingis at 4.
Yeah, you already touched that. The Knicks need a lot of help. They can pretty much go in any position. I would have liked them to go with the point guard. Not saying that Porzingis is a bad pick, but now that they dealt Tim Hardaway Jr. out
to get Jaren Grant in return.
Yes. So I felt like they could have gone point guard. But I do like Porzingis. He's very versatile. He wants to prove himself. And we've already seen foreign players like Dirk. They could compare Porzingis to Dirk Nowitzki. And I can see that too. Now, we'll see if the career he has is probably going to be like Dirk. Now, we're not going to have another Dirk.
No, we're not going to.
But he has skill sets of Dirk coming into the draft. And that's something that you're looking for the Knicks.
Absolutely. Oklahoma City grabbing Cameron Payne at 14, getting the guy they need. Phoenix drafting a Devin Booker at 13, drafting the only Harrison tonight, Andrew Harrison, in the second round. Also, Cleveland drafting Tyus Jones, but then sending him over to Houston in return for Seti Osman, and from 31 and 36, Rakeem Christmas. Philadelphia drafted 5 centers tonight, along with J.P. Tokoto. I love the Tokoto pick in the second round. I love Jahlil Okafor in the third, with third overall pick, but the rest of those picks are definitely a little confusing, but hey, you always know Sam Hinkie's got something up his sleeve, so you can't really tell what the Sixers are really doing. At 56, the New Orleans Pelicans are only picking the draft. Final thing I want to get to tonight. The Pelicans taking Brandon Dalton at 56. I think that's a steal at 56.
Yeah, that's a big steal late in the second round. New Orleans coming off of it, getting into the playoffs. Yes, they had to go up against the champions of Golden State first round, unfortunately. But this is great stepping stone for New Orleans. With their pick, we'll see them move forward.
Also, Portland trading for Mason Plumlee. The Cavaliers moves. Atlanta getting Tim Hardaway Jr. Milwaukee trading for Gravers Vasquez. That gives them more depth. It was a great night, the NBA draft. Thank you for following with us all night long, hitting us up on Twitter and Facebook, and we really appreciate everything. Follow us on Twitter at Gettin Buckets 91, and like our Facebook page. If you go to the search box, GETTIN space Buckets. There's no G at the end of the Gettin. For Kelsey Whitted, also for Sharif Keaton, who helped us out all night long. Kai Carlin, Bola Beatty, who also did some more camera work for us as well. We hope you guys have a great night. And for your team's sake, if you're a Sixers fan, don't worry. Trust the process. This is Gettin Buckets. Thank you for following along tonight.